since we're a year in, I figured it's a good time to give everybody an update on where we're at. So, I brought a pile of these, and if you guys all wouldn't mind, I have a box of them at my office, and I realize they're not doing any good at my office. So if you don't mind taking 5 or 6 or however many you would like and take them to your office, put them out and about. I'll let you pass them around. There is donation information on the back as well, so if people are interested in how they can make a donation, there's an envelope inside as well as online information on the back. So with the Big Splash, we have quite a bit going on always, and where we're at, actually just did the taxes for the year, and we have successfully raised just over $196,000 for the year. So we've had a good number of expenses in planning this, and grant writing, and publicity. It's kind of a never-ending revolution on this project. So there's always something new coming up. And I don't know if you guys recall when I first presented this idea to you, I hadn't even proposed this to the city of Bluff yet. So it was all very new when I first made my presentation, and I had this idea and concept that it's going to cost about $500,000 to build this park, and all I need is 1,000 of my closest friends to donate $500. Sounds so easy. It has not been that easy, I will say. This community has been absolutely wonderful, but we still have quite a long ways to go. So we're exactly a year into this, and I suspect it probably will take another year to rally up and gather the rest of the funds. So just thought I would tell you a few things that we have going on as far as events for fundraising, and we're also starting a Splash Supporter of the Week campaign. So I'll pass these around. You guys can take one and take it with you. Basically what the Splash Supporter of the Week is for a $100 donation, I'm going to set you up with a display in your office or your place of business. I have the pop-up sign, I have these guys, the brochures, I have a donation box, and I have some other little take flyer type things. So you're going to be able to share your excitement and enthusiasm for the Splash Park project with your customer base. So in return, it's a $100 donation. I'm going to post a picture on all of our social media campaigns that you are a Splash Supporter of the Week. If your consumers are interested in the information, you guys can also then share it on your Facebook pages that, hey, we're the Splash Supporters of the Week. Come down and see us, and we'll tell you about the project. So we have that new campaign going on. And then also the next biggest fundraiser that we're doing, and I apologize, this is no Gary McFetrich printing job, but with Liz calling me last night, I did the best I could and printed this on my home printer. The Princess Ball is November 17th. We are looking for sponsors for that still. The sponsorship is $75. Jody was a sponsor last time. Araceli was also for the Sophisticates. So typically what we do for a sponsorship is you donate $75, helps offset our costs. We provide cupcakes and cookies and all kinds of fun for these little kids. We also do sponsorships and trades. So like Araceli donated some flowers and tablecloths for us to use last time. And then she came wearing a company shirt, and our sponsors do wear, sponsors donate a shirt, our volunteers wear your shirt, and then Heather and Nathan with Web Made Local do all of our photography. They make sure to capture our volunteers wearing their shirts. Elmore's was a volunteer, or a sponsor as well. So we figure, and we're still using the images from our May event, so you really do get a good reach. We're planning to do this event annually, so we're going to have a good database of sponsor photos that we'll continue to use throughout time. So your sponsorship will travel and have legs and keep going for a long period of time. So if any of you guys are interested in sponsoring the event, it is a lot of fun. Or volunteering, we have a need for volunteers. We'll figure we'll probably have about 250 little girls and boys. We had a good mixture last time. And it's just a lot of fun. So those are our next two big events. As far as other fundraising efforts, in January we're going to do a tri-tip, another drive-through tri-tip dinner. We have an electrician in town who's donated a solar package. So we're going to donate a solar package, or I'm sorry, we're going to raffle a solar package. So we're going to start that here in a couple weeks. And then Seroptimus is doing a Margarita Fest in May. So we're going to do Margarita Nacho Fest in May. And I think we'll probably end up raffling the solar package at that big event. We're going to try to make it pretty big. So we have a lot going on, and the Seroptimus group, of course, is always looking for volunteers. It's not just for women, it is a men and women's group now. So if any of you guys, I know we all wear a lot of hats, but Seroptimus has been in our community since 1939. So we're one of the oldest service clubs in Red Bluff. So, do any of you guys have any questions on the project? Or I guess
now, was the state doing their site survey? Was this
yes. So we did meet with a representative from the California Parks Department in reference to the grant that we had applied for this last week. So they did a site visit, and I understand that there were 500 applicants in the state of California for this grant. Every applicant has the opportunity to request up to $8 million. Ours was not quite 8, but pretty close. And it sounds like they're only doing site inspections at less than 25% of the applicants. So I don't want to get my hopes up, but I think we have to have scored pretty darn good to have at least had the opportunity to have a site visit. So we did also find out that the awards were supposed to be notified in December, and now they're looking like January, February. So we all get to sit on pins and needles a little bit longer. And I think we did a good job. Yeah, I think we did a good job in answering their questions and representing our community, and really expressing the need for this park. And it's not just a splash park, it's amphitheater, event pavilion, pickleball courts.
I had to look up to see what pickleball was.
New lighting, security.
Oh yeah, the image in my mind was not what I found online.
Yeah, that's kind of like a mixture between.
Has nothing to do with pickle.
No pickles. like ping pong and tennis and wiffle ball and badminton.
It's like smash ball. Remember that?
And really
you play on the
fast.
beach.
Yeah. So we have quite a big pickleball community in our in Red Bluff. So they're big advocates for this park revitalization. So cross your fingers. We can get hopefully a little well, but don't want to get my hopes up.
You guys have done really super well in
Thank you.
promoting and raising and staying on the ball.
That's been a lot more work than I ever expected, and a lot more politics than I ever expected.
Oh yeah.
But I kind of like it. You know how they say you kind of stumble upon and find your passion when you least expect it, and I always thought that real estate was my gig, and now it's like I kind of like this gig. So
community organizer.
Cool. That's pretty cool.
Future mayor.
I remember the first time when you.
And they also say that you have to have somebody that's not involved to kind of keep the ball rolling and keep things involved. So I don't ever see myself in politics, but.
It is amazing though. I remember the first time that was at the Tremont. We were still at the Tremont then, and when you said, "I don't know, I have this crazy idea." I mean, there's not one single person who has heard of this, who is not like, yeah, duh,
Yeah.
we need this. I mean, there's literally no one who is not supportive, at least in spirit, if not in other ways. So, I mean, it's a great idea, and we need it. And thanks for spearheading it for the whole town, the whole
and
county.
For the longest time, I feel like I was that sitter and watcher. You know how you can't stop watching the train wreck happen. You know, just watching things on Facebook like, oh my gosh, now this happened, and oh my gosh, now this happened, and it was like, I cannot just sit and watch this train wreck. I mean, I hate to say that, but you know, and I would see people make comments on Facebook and social media, just, we've got to do something, we've got to take back our parks, we've got to, somebody organize, and we'll all show up. And then it was like, okay, I'm seeing this much demand for change and this much support. I know that if we do this, that I will have the support. So the community has been awesome. It's been really cool. So
Did I see somebody posted something on Facebook where they were questioning why individuals were still donating because the grant application had been submitted?
yeah, that's kind of, you know, I will say we have definitely slowed down with the fundraising. Honestly, not because we're banking on the grant, but mostly for my sanity. I was overcommitted for the first 6 months of this and just needed through the summer to slow down a little bit. So we're not slowing down in fundraising because we're banking on the grant, because of course that's, you just can't do that. So also with the grant, we have submitted ourselves as partners with the grant project. Now, they like to see that there's community involvement that is also putting themselves forward. So we have committed to providing the funds that we have raised this far as a partnership for sustainability. So and when I mean sustainability, for maintaining this park for years to come. So that was already part of our budget, was $100,000 to maintain this park after it's built. So we will donate at least $100,000 for the maintenance in partnership with the grant. So that's why we need to continue to raise funds. We do, of course, since we've raised 200, but we have almost 80,000 of that committed to the shade structure that we're building with the McConnell grant that we received. So that's why we need to keep going, just in case we don't get the grant. The Splash Park project is still on, so we need to make sure that we can maintain this thing for years and build it if we don't get the grant. Yeah.
Will it be open if the power gets turned off?
Maybe if John hooks us up with a generator. Yeah.
Generator.
Structure with solar.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep. So the shade structure actually is engineered for solar. Yeah. All right. Thanks, y'all.
Yeah.